Hello, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you're still new to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support whatsoever. Do all the good things. Anyways, today's video, not today's video. Yes, today's video. Well, I just showed a lesson about the repetition and while loops actually ago, and then I'm now shooting the this part where we're gonna be dealing with this practical here, solving this practical based on what I taught on the previous video. So we talked about the while loops. If you did not if you did not watch the video, go watch it so you could know what what's going to happen here. We also talked about if statements, a video before the last one, the previous one, input boxes on the last video, which I just did. Also message box, where we have two kinds of message box. We have the one which we have the class message box, and also the normal one, which you only input a single argument in it. Not in it, but in it. Yeah, not the in it of the British accent. Anyways, let's continue. So we have this problem here. They say the Center of Psychological and Career Development Psyched. These things, this place, yeah, there's a lot going on there. Anyway, has had many appointments since lockdown. Yeah. Primarily with students seeking help with mental health, anxiety, and guidance in crisis situations. Might not only be mental anxiety and guidance, might be also other things, about financial problems and stuff. Anyways, emotional problems, I'm not sure about those ones. Physical psychiat Psychiat would like to know how busy their psychologists are across all four campuses. We have APK, SWC, APB, and DFC. They want to make sure that the psychologists do not overwork themselves. Okay. Psychiat has approached you to design and develop a Visual Basic Windows Form application to record a psychologist's timesheet, or timetable rather. Timesheet. So your program should specify the number of appointments a psychologist has for the day. Specify the number of, I don't know if this is an input or output. Specify the number of appointments a psychologist has for the day. Okay, let's move on. Capture the number of minutes for each appointment. Oh, okay. Calculate the total number of minutes the psychologist spent seeing students. So you're basically just gonna be adding what's gonna happen here again? Calculate the total number of minutes the psychologist spent seeing students. Capture the number of minutes for each appointment. Oh, so based on the appointment, the number of appointments that the psychologist input. Based on them, you gotta input the number of minutes for each appointment they took, and then when the user entered out those number of minutes, at the same time it is summing them up, adding them down together. Calculate the average time spent on each appointment. Then you calculate the average of the time spent, which I believe is going to be the total divided by the number of appointments, and then multiply by by 100. And then the psychologist will be rated on the average time spent. This is the selection part. If the sorry about that. If the average is 0, 10 minimum. What does this do? What does this mean? Does it mean less than 10 or equals to 10? And does this, okay, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna guess that it means less than 10. So it's basically when the average is greater or equals to 0 but less than 10, then it's below average. When it's equals to 10 but less then equals to 10 and greater than but less than 30, then it's average. Then if it's more than 30, what's happening here? 30 minimum. Wait, what's happening here again? More than 30 mean, what does the mean do? What does the mean? Because now if this is 30 meaning less than 30, and this is 30 should it mean greater than 30? What about equals to 30? What happens there? Or does it mean okay, this is the thing about questions about typo thing, not necessarily typo, but yeah, just mistakes being made in J. But then otherwise we're just gonna make this one greater or equals to 30, because here that's what we've been rolling with. Otherwise, so your program should allow the psychologist to input the number of appointments that the psychologist had. Based on that number, we're gonna capture the number of minutes that the psychologist took for every appointment with the student, and then we're gonna be summing up the minutes together, and then also the average, calculate the average, and then whatsoever. So we're gonna have two inputs. Oh yeah, this is a good thing. We might need a text box for this part, because we're not inputting we're only gonna input a single value, the number of appointments. So I can use this for a text box. I can use this for a text box, and then this for an input box, because this is the part where you're gonna be inputting or entering multiple entries based on the number of appointments that the user had, that the psychologist had. I hope it makes sense. Or you can also use an input box here. There's no harm in using an input box to just get a single number. Actually, I can just demonstrate those two things, maybe, if possible. But anyway, let's get to work. So we're gonna have two input boxes, or two inputs rather, and then two. Wait, are we outputting the total and the average, or less that if correct execution, whatever, the total bonus? Oh, I didn't see this part. During marking, explain to the marker what services are offered by circuit. During marking, explain to the marker what services are offered. Oh yeah, marker will choose one of the services mentioned, and you will explain. You have to explain it in more details. Folding I. Anyways, we're not going to be doing that. So here they want, then I said if the correct solution, and then the total. I'm not sure if the total means the total number of these or just the average. But in this case, I'm just going to be outputting both the total, the average, and the status, or rather the the rate, whatever. Yeah. So let's get to work. 3 outputs and then 2 inputs. And then for the output, we're going to be using a text box. Text boxes. For the inputs, you can either use a text box or an input box. Anyways, let's move. Sorry about that. I don't know if I should. No, actually, let me not create. Let me just redesign this. Let me put it here. Yeah, another label here, and a text box here at the top. This text box will be responsible for the number of appointments the psychologist had, and then the input box is for the time taken for each appointment, and then yeah, then here's gonna be the total. Oh, I'll have to add more things here. Let me just copy this. The life of a computer student is all about copying and pasting, guys. If doable. Don't force things. I don't know if I should be. I don't know if for the message I should. Let me for the just to demonstrate the part of the message box, because I think that's what we should hear the top message box is. So the part of the status I'm gonna use a message box. The part of the rating I'm gonna use message boxes. Message boxes and message boxes. So here we can just have the total sum. The total is a big one, it's a long word. Total sum of minutes. Hopefully it's not that too long. And then here we're gonna have for average, average number of minutes. Hopefully also is not that many. And then here we're gonna have number of spelling. Sorry about this, appointments. Not sure about it. Let's just confirm, cause the thing is on making sure appointments. Okay, I think it's correct. Just that this text box can also resize it, by the way. And then from there, number of appointments, this is gonna be minutes per appointment. Minutes per appointment. This is just for you guys to understand what's happening here. I think that's way much better. And then, as I said, for the does it look lookable? I'm not sure. I feel like this is this mistake again. I feel like this has moved to the. That's way much better. That's way much better. Now that's look way much better. And then for the status, as I said, I'm gonna use a message box to display it. Also, don't forget the design part, or at least it's just BTM number. Well, let's change it to be at minutes, not number. Add minutes, and then BTN minute. Then these text boxes, we're gonna have txt sum min, so sum of minutes, and then txt min, average minutes. This one here is gonna be txt num app for appointments, not application. And then from there, let's move to the coding part. Like I said, you can double click this, or you can just press, or double click is a shortcut actually. Cause I forgot. Don't mind this. Here this is where the name has changed. Don't mind this part. Otherwise, let me just edit here and then see what's happening. So we're gonna need number of appointments. Let me just change the number of number of app, and it's integer. And then also gonna need private num of minutes actually. Minutes, and then as integer, not message box. And then also those are gonna be our inputs. We're gonna need the thing to calculate the sum of minutes, which can be this one here, sum min. It's fine. We're gonna need for calculating the average of mean as a double. Remember, an average can come in the double manner. And then we're also gonna have a status. We can say rating as a string this time around. I think that's all we're gonna be needing. That is all. Remember, commenting, you get marks for commenting. Declarations, okay, yeah, that rap is so hard. Declarations of variables. We're declaring assignment. Well, this is just kind of, I don't like assigning my things here, but it's fine for good practice. We can just say, no, it's initializing some mean, initialize it like this, of mean 0, and also rating. You can also initialize it if you didn't know, to just nothing, because it's a string. So that's initializing. Then here we have to get the number of appointments, and then please enter number of please enter please enter number of appointments you had. And then number from there, using the number of appointments, we're supposed to get the number, I mean the minutes for each appointment. So this is how we're gonna be doing it, and I hope it makes sense. This part can go for now. Don't think we need it. So it's gonna be while our number of num-app is greater than 0, or should I? There are two ways in which I can do this. This is the first one that I'm going to show you now, guys. This is the first one that I'm going to show you. I've already thought of another way of creating a helper variable, a local variable, and name it a counter, and then say if counter is not equals or is not greater than num-app, then do this. But for now, this is another way that we can do this. While num-app is greater than 0, while this num-app is greater than num-app is greater than 0, do this. What do we want to do? We want to calculate the sum. Okay, do this. We're gonna get the number of minutes here. So it's gonna be minutes equals to c int input okay, guys, no, I'm not wrong. Input box, and then from here say please enter now I see a problem in what I'm doing. please enter minutes for minutes taken for the appointment. Yeah, this is one way of doing it. Then using these minutes, I'm gonna calculate the sum. Mean equals to minutes. Is there a need for me to calculate the average inside the while loop? No, there's no need. I can calculate the average after the while loop is done. And then, so there's no need to do this part. And then after the while loop is done, I can just say av mean equals to sum mean divide by num up multiply by 100. This is how you calculate the average. And then yeah, I think we'll do the rest kopele to calculating the status and stuff. Mara this is what I wanted to show you guys. Let me just use a MessageBox to output this for now. So I can show you a better way of doing this. So it's gonna be CSTR into av. So what's supposed to happen here? We are getting the number of appointments from the user, right? Please enter the number of appointments you had. Using those number of appointments, we're gonna use our while loop. We're gonna make our while loop to run for those number of appointments, and then on each and every number of appointment, the user enters the number of minutes that appointment took. I hope it makes sense. But I wanted to make it more interesting and more I don't know what's the right word. So that instead of saying please enter the minutes taken for appointment, I can actually get to say please enter the minutes taken for appointment, whatever, appointment 1, appointment 2, appointment 3, whatsoever. But I can't do that because in order for me to do that, that means I'd have, I'd have to wait. Yeah, let me just wrap up because I think I'm on 20% now. I'm gonna have to 19%. I don't think I'll be needing this anymore. Oh yes, I'm gonna need it. I didn't want to close this though. That's the thing. Let me just open it again and then close this. Anyways, let's move on. I might also have to do this. So anyways, let's move on before my thing dies on me. So here we're getting the number of appointments from the user. Using that number of appointments, we're gonna be making our while loop to run the however many times here the number the user inputted. And then at the same time, while when it runs, we're getting the number of minutes it took for each and every appointment, and we're calculating the sum on this part here. And then after calculating the sum, I'm taking the sum and then dividing by the number of appointments and then multiplying by the 100 to get the average of the minutes taken. And from there I'm displaying it. I'm not done. I'm just gonna show you this is another version you can do the while loop, but it's not a nice one. I'm gonna introduce you or rather show you guys a better one to this is better. I'm gonna show you guys a better way to do so. For now, let's just say we have 30 appointments. So when I click this, it's gonna say please enter the number of appointments you had. Let's just say what did I just do here? Please enter the number of appointments. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. This is the mistake that I did. Ooh. Oh, okay. No, I did a mistake here. I did a mistake. I was supposed to make a button which stores the number. I didn't. Actually, I forgot, but I can just, you know, let me comment this part. Let me just copy this part here, and then, what did I do? Okay, wait. This thing of my undo button not working. I don't know what's wrong with it. If you know what's the problem, you can just comment below and advise me on what to do. So what I was supposed to do here, guys, instead of this, let me just use text box, num of whatever dot text. So when I press this button, it automatically is going to store that number of appointments in here and then do the while loop at the same time, which is not a good practice, because suppose in for a good practice you're supposed to have two buttons. One which maybe will be on this side here, somewhere around here, and then when the user input the number of appointments here and then click store so that the number can be stored, and then after that click here to enter the minutes for each appointment. I hope it makes sense. But in this case, I am overusing this button here. I hope it makes sense. So let's run and see what's gonna happen now. Remember, my battery is dying, and it's flying. Anyways, let's say 3 and then add. So we're gonna have, please enter the enter minutes taken for the appointment. Let's say we're taking, people go through a lot, 50 maybe, and then 40, and then 60 minutes, and then wait, why does it keep going? Oh yes, yo. Yeah, I was supposed to do something here. Otherwise, our while loop is gonna keep going, guys, because we are not decrementing this thing. It's supposed to say num app minus equals to 1. So what am I doing here? Because let's say the number of appointments is 3. So now 3 is greater than 0. Yes, we get the number of minutes for appointment 1. We add it to the sum. And then we decrement this. This is basically saying number equals to number minus 1. Which is just saying from the 3 you minus 1. Now we have 2. Then it's going to come back and say it's 2 minus, or 2 greater than 0, which is yes. Then get the value here, whatever, and then decrement to 1, and it's 1 greater than yes. You enter for the third time, and whatever, then 0. 0 greater than 0, no. Then it goes to this part, calculate the average, and then do the message box part. I hope it makes sense. I'm just trying to be fast here, because I can see I'm running. Let's just say 2 for now, because we want to be fast. 60, 50, and then it's done. And as you can see, why did it say infinity? I don't know why I said infinity. Why did it say infinity? That's a good question. Why did it say infinity? Sum min divided by sum amp. Why did it say infinity though? Okay, okay, now I get the thing now. I get the thing, but it's not supposed to complain technically. I don't think it's supposed to complain at all. But anyway, I'm getting an infinity number here. I'm guessing it's because I multiply this number by 100. And remember, this in this minute, so it's gonna be 50 plus 60. And then divide by number of appointments. Number of appointments, if it's 3, and then each appointment took 50 and 50, so it's 100. 100 divided by let's say 2, it's just 50. 50 multiplied by 100, it's a big number. So that's why it's saying infinity, because also have to take into account that a string can hold for, not a string. Why is it complaining? Well, or maybe a double can hold for a certain, I think yes, because this is a double, so it can't hold for a big number. It can't hold a big number. Only maybe if I change this to long. Remember, if when I think the first video, when I was explaining about data types, the kind of data types we had also long, or I'm not sure if we had float. There's no float in here, because long I think is just a longer version of, is it the real number, 64 digits integers. This is the problem, and then we don't want to do it integers. We only want the real numbers. And what about decimal? Depending on decimal number, this is not enough though. I hope I make a point though. So, but otherwise, let's move and see if we can finish this. I'm also gonna have to. Oh, I wanted you guys to show. I wanted to show you guys a better way to do this, rather than, why is it complaining? Oh, double. Rather than doing this, because now I can't. Please enter. I want to make this more appealing, if there's such a word. So I can come here and say dim. When I say dim, I'm gonna be making a local variable. I haven't taught you guys about this on each and every video, but I did explain that we have a local variable and a global variable. So what I'm doing here is gonna be a local variable. Dim count equals to 0. This is initializing and assigning at the same time. As integer. So what I'm going to do here, instead of saying this, I'm going to say while count is less than num_app, then do this. Then instead of doing this here, I'm gonna say count plus equals to, I'm incrementing count by 1 each and every time the loop runs. And then here, please enter the interminutes taken for this to make sense. And then I'm just gonna be like CSTR into count. Yes, so it's gonna be appointment 1 in this case. Oh wait, because now, okay, let me start from 1. And if you start from 1, that means this would have to be equals to here. To be equals to, if is less or equals to this manner. I hope it makes sense. So it's going to be now what's going to happen, let's say we input 3 here. So now I remember our count starts from 1, so it's going to say while count is less than num_app. Obviously count starts from 1 is less than 3 here. 1 is less than 3, right? So this is going to be executed. The user will input number of appointment minutes taken for each appointment number 1. This is what, appointment number 1. This is what I wanted to do, so that it can be more specific at least. And then from there we add the minutes, and then you increment counter. So now counter is on 2, so it's gonna be 2. It's gonna say is 2 equals to num or less or equals to this. Then the answer is yes. Then minutes, whatever, then here, then goes to 3. Is 3, oh no, the answer was no. Oh yeah, is 3 less or equals to this? Equals to 3. It is equals to, it is true. This is supposed to be executed. Let me just test it out, because I'm not sure if it's going to be executed or what. 12%. So let's input 3. So see what happens now. Please enter appointment minutes taken for appointment 1. Let's say 50. Let me just put a serial number, 30. Then appointment 2. Then 35. Appointment 3. Okay, now it will extend 40. Then it stops. Okay, now that's better. You see now what I meant when I said multiplying that by number by 100, and then putting bigger minutes, then makes the variable to store a bigger number which a data type can't handle. Specifically a double, because a double can also can only cater for a certain number of storage go in memory, and then same as integer, and same, I just forgot the variable that is bigger than a double but also capable of storing a real numbers information, because long is a big, can store a big number but then only integers. That's the problem about it. Anyways, let's move on. I'm not sure if I can finish the rest of the paper. So this is the cool feature I wanted to show you guys. I'm on 11% now. This is the cool feature that I wanted to show you guys. This, I think this way is a way much better than to use the format that I show you, or the method that I showed you guys of the while loop, because you can't get to do this nice part. This is the good part about using this, what I did now. It gives you the ability to make your statements more clearer to the user. Otherwise, let's move on. We're not going to be displaying this for now. We're going to use the minimum or the average also to calculate the status. I think it was saying if of what am I doing? Oh, brackets, guys. If of mean is greater or equals to 30, you see now, because, and then what did I say? Oh yeah, guys, unfortunately my PC have had it. I'm gonna have to close this. Let me just try my luck and see if, unless it shut me midway, hopefully the video will be saved, so that I wouldn't have to start from the beginning. Otherwise, rating equals to the string that they said is equals to fast overworked, average, below average, 30 been 10. Okay, overworked, spelling, guys. Why is spelling embarrassing me like this? Overworked. And then we're also gonna be using nested if statement, by the way. Else if whatever is less is greater. So we're only catering for what about when it's less than 0? What about when it's less than 0? Below average, let's just cater for when it's less than 0, even though we know that the average can be less than 0, but then yeah, otherwise when it's less than 10, then why is it doing this to me? Otherwise, if average is less than 10, oh yeah, this kind of thing is not correct. Why is it doing this to me? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I already have done. Oh yeah, guys, I'm getting old. And then otherwise, rating is equals to average. Is it average what? Overworked. Okay. Overworked, average. Not bad. And then else rating. I'm so clumsy now, I don't know why. Else rating equals to below average. Below average, let me just do a set phase. I don't know if this is the right thing, is there? And then a happy face. Anyways, Yeah, this is what's going to output. So it's basically saying if average is greater than 10, the rating is equals to that. Else, if average is less than 10, then wait, did a mistake here. Supposed to be the other way around, guys. Supposed to be this, and then is just say average, because therefore if it's like this, then it's in the middle. So if average is less than 10, then do this. Else, that means as either average is from 10 straight up until 29 or something. So that's what it's gonna do here. After we have to output our things, txt num some dot text. I don't think I'll get to test this because yeah, my thing has run out. Says into some minutes. I also wanted to do this plus this is doable, guys, plus I can just say means just for minutes, and then txt av dot text equals to cstr into av. Well, so I can also add the percentage here. I don't need to say spacebar here, and also I don't think I have, well, the percentage is not necessary because the thing is not, should I, let me just edit for the sake, but then this is not going to be useful anymore because it's making our thing to have a bigger value. But anyways, and then also a message box. We can use the two types of message box, dot show, wait, message dot what, message box dot show, and then we input the first thing here. Nope, I am wrong. I'm gonna input cstr, oh no, rating actually, rating, and then here, oh, electricity just came back, guys. Ish, thank God. Yeah, almost died there. Anyways, rating. Then here I'm gonna say what was it again? Well, rating of psychologist. Your rating is maybe saying your rate or rating is, yeah. So I hope you guys understand what's happening here. Here I am getting input from the user and calculating the sum at the same time. That's basically what I'm doing on here on the first part. Second part, I'm calculating the average here by taking the sum of minutes and then dividing by the number of appointments. And then here I'm working out the selection part, the if statement, to see if also I hope you can understand it. And then otherwise here I'm displaying the result, one using two text boxes, other using a message box, of which I think I've catered the requirements of this thing. While loops did that, input box did that, if statement did that, and then message box did that. So yeah, let's just run and see what happens. Let's just run this and see what happens. So let's just say now we have 5 appointments, yeah, 5 students per day. UJ has troubles. Anyway, 20 minutes, first students, less problems. Second students, 25, still not bad. And then first student, your soft life, 10 minutes, anxiety problems, that's it. And then fourth student, this one has a lot of problems, mostly financials. That's the fourth one. The fifth one has all the problems. So let's just assume that that person took 60 minutes. And then from there, when I click this, so it's supposed to display the thing, the messages here, the sum and the average, and also the message box of of the of the rating of the whatever. So yep, this is what it does. So yeah, it's over date 1, so it's overworked. It is overworked, and then 155 minutes that the appointment did or so ever, your rating is overworked. So this is what we were able to do today with the current putting off, which it took 45 minutes, which is what I wanted. Otherwise, I hope you guys learned something from this. Yeah, and it was supposed to be practical 3, forgive me. I forgot. I don't know why I said practical too. But anyway, yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you have anything to add on this, likewise, comment it out below. Also, just support by sharing the video, subscribing, telling your friends of your friend to come and support me. Not come, but like to support me and stuff, so we can yeah, so we can reach 5K. So the what's the thing? The mission or the aim now is to reach 5K before mid-June next year. Hopefully by that time I would have reached 5K. So thing is, I know some of you guys have already passed this content what I'm teaching. So it's gonna be more useful for people who will be doing computer science next year, first semester, start of the year. It's gonna be more useful to them. Those who already passed, you can just support NJ and then watch, and then also add if I missed something on this, what I'm doing now, what I'm be doing on these videos. Otherwise, yeah, enjoy. I'll see you guys on the next video, and I will be talking about again, as I said on the previous video, I'll be talking about for loops, and for not for each loop, only for loops, which works the same as a while loop but in a different manner. While the concept is the same because it's about the repetition. It's just that the concept, no, not the concept, the implementation is different. That's all. Otherwise, guys, enjoy your day or whatever. See you next video.